I spent the last year consuming black pill content because I was recently divorced, depleted, and it was the only thing that felt like it was telling me the truth. You know the kind I mean. The content that says the system is rigged, that's how the game is, and this is the human nature, you can't change anything, and the outcome is fixed. And if you think the otherwise, you are naive. And it was not wrong, and this is kind of the problem, right? And so this video is not to sell you hope. I'm not telling you it's gonna get any better. I'm just offering perspective on what the next step should be after getting black pilled. Okay? Let's start with what the black pill community gets right. It names the experience accurately, right? You know what I mean. The loneliness, the dynamics that you see, the things nobody says out loud, the social structure, and especially when you're freshly hurt, let's say from a divorce, from getting laid off, from not being able to get a proper relationship, from not being able to get a job, or even when you have everything, you don't feel satisfied. And so the precise diagnosis of your pain here feels like relief. It tells you that you are not crazy and this is how it actually works. Other people feel this too, and that's the real value here. It's a legitimate thing it does. It makes people who have been suffering in silence feel understood. But here's the problem. It stops exactly where you need it to start. It describes the system, it pinpoints accurately where the problem is, it describes the dynamic, the situation, what's going on, but it doesn't describe your fate inside the system. What unfortunately happens is that a lot of the black pill talk just turns into confirmation bias, because every success story just turns into an exception that doesn't break the rule or an outlier. And so it feels like a closed loop, and it just becomes a form of misery loves the company type of thing. Because there is a difference between doing a diagnosis and just keep reminding yourself that you are wounded or you have been played. And the problem here is that it thrives because you're running on empty. This type of content is like within the realm of philosophy. And honestly, the philosophy can't thrive on an empty stomach. Okay? Even black pill community knows this. So when you are depleted, a total explanation of your situation and the dynamics of the system will not fix anything in your life. It will give you a dopamine hit because you feel understood and you don't feel alone. But at the same time, the horizontal anxieties still exist. The rent you have to pay, the food you have to bring at least for yourself, the jobs you need to take, and the bullshit you have to tolerate. All that still exists. It was not solved by a clever observation. And I'm not here to dismiss the truth. I cannot reject them. I agree with what most of been said. And in most cases, you find the smartest and the most accurate arguments from the black pill community. It's actually a lot of the smart people are in this community. But I just want an exit of my current state. And the current exit is to break this closed loop. I'm not saying I found a solution or I have an answer for all the suffering and this current human condition that we are in, okay? I cannot hand you a way of life. I can't solve poverty, and I can't fix intimacy depletion and loneliness epidemic, and I'm not going to pretend I can. But at the same time, appreciate and endure your loneliness and just accept things for what they are is not an answer. It's just that's giving up, but pretending it is a posture. Actually, let's call it what it is: active surrendering. It's surrendering before even the battle begins. But I found something in this community, the most compassionate group of people I've ever came across. There is a lot of smart people there. There are a lot of compassionate people there who are truly humane and extremely humble and would love to actually imitate and live like. And the people who get what's going on, they're rare actually. And I deeply appreciate them. And we need more George Carlins in this world. People who tell the truth without pretending the truth comes with a clean exit. I am still searching, and I think that's the only honest thing I can say. I'm still trying to figure things out, pave my own way, working on my body, working on my financials, all that shit. But the dark world has to be left behind. Because even if I move in the wrong direction, I still have a chance of finding the light. But staying in the same dark room guarantees that I never find it. That's all I got to say in this video. Stay safe and take care.